Hello, and welcome to Virtual Flight Diaries, part 3 of our 777 tutorial. The first one we learned to power up the plane. The second one we learned to use to set up the FMS, or the FMC, rather. In this one we're going to learn startup, taxi, and takeoff. So everything's set up. We're going to we're all boarded up and fueled up, and we're just going to make sure our signs are on. We're going to turn on the beacon for engine start. We're going to fire up the hydraulics. So go in a counterclockwise motion. And then we'll turn on all our tanks. Center one's D. And we don't have to worry about the packs because they're all in auto. Alright, so let's disconnect our equipment. Gonna put on our parking brake. Release the dress and release the jetway and ground power. And we're going to remove the chocks. Moving a little too fast there. Alright. Alright, so it's going to arm all. Arm the slides. And we'll take a quick look. Make sure everything's disconnected. Yep, everything looks DC'd and buttoned up. So we're ready for pushback.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
So these are the starters. We're going to do
Departure checks completed.
engine 2, then 1.
Locking gear.
So we get the parking brake to RTO. Start the clock. All right, starting engine 2. So up here in the engine start sequence, just move it over to start. Put us back in engines. Use the fuel. Engine 1 is a good start. Or engine 2 is a good start. We're starting engine 1.
Please set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Just look up, see if our lights go out. And we can get our taxi lights on.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
All right, flaps 5. .25 on the trim. RTO. Taxi lights are on. Let's go. See you out at the runway. Just real quick, while taxiing, you want to make sure that you overshoot because your nose wheel is actually behind you, probably about 13 feet. So you want to make sure that you overshoot so you don't clip the back mains, running them off the taxiway. So I always want to overshoot. So when turning out on a runway, you want to line up the center line with this window post before you make your turn. Same here. And I'll demonstrate that out at the runway. All right, so we're here at the runway. So there are a couple of things that I missed. One is the checklists. So if you hit this button here, checklist, it'll bring up a checklist for you. You go through pre-flight, and you just click them, and then some of them are automatic set. So when we're doing the pre-flight, you want to make sure that the fuel control switches are off and that the parking brake is set, and they'll automatically go green. But we're going to override them because I already did them. So and then it goes through. So before start, we just go around. Doors closed and locked, right? So then we verify our speeds. Yeah, and then there's the before taxi. No anti-ice is needed. Flight controls, ground equipment. Check. And before takeoff. So we have flaps 5 set. So we're good. So after takeoff, checks to go. Alright, so we're here at the runway. I'm going to turn on our landing lights. So there's a click spot here that turns them all on. Simulates you being able to grab all of them and pull them down. And then we're going to turn on our strobes, which are right here. Sure everything's good. The queue is off. Alright, let's get it lined up on the runway. Remember what I said about overshooting. This way you can get most of the runway. A little too fast. Slow down there. And you just crank it over. And line up for takeoff. Yeah, we're a little off. We are. Alright, so we're going to bring the power up to 50%, which is just a little past the EGT mark. Going to check for stability, and then we'll hit toga. Check. Alright, so you just want a nice even back pressure. Bring that nose slowly up. You want about 2 seconds per degree of pitch. Bring it up to 10. That way we're, autopilot can come in. Start bringing the flaps up. So our nav, so we're going to bring it around to bring to our path. So we can intercept our nav. So with this thing, you want to make sure that when you turn it and then you hit the center button for select, and it'll go the direction or where you need to be. Flaps up. Go to 13,000. So then all you got to do is press that. Okay, we automatically intercept it, so it automatically switched back to LNAV, which we had armed. So we take off, we can clean up here a little bit. I'm going to turn off our taxi lights. And after takeoff checklist, landing gear up, flaps up. It's time to go. So we can just kill that. There's a little trick here. Remember it right. Oh, that's right. So we go on that side. Hit the engine. And then we can set that back. And now we have our little digital readout for our engines, so we can check vibrations and other alerts. So to do that, okay, you go over here, you set it to left side. Once you do that, then you go ECAS or engine instrument EICAS, and I'll bring that over here. Then you just hit engine and it'll set this up, and then you go back to MFD and I'll switch it back, and then you can put it back into the center so that you can do the checklist. Above 10,000, come off. Chime the cabin. to let the flight attendants know that they can start handing out drinks and stuff. I would just double check here after our takeoff, make sure there's no orange indicators, which there's not. And that's it, guys. That's taxi. That's taxi takeoff. It's very easy. All right. See you in the cruise. There we are, coming up on our cruise altitude. So as you climb out, you just want to make sure that all your systems are running, because failures are modeled, so you can have system failures occur. And this plane pretty much operates like the 737. Once you're airborne, there's not much difference. Now we're up cruise. We get the seatbelt signs off. Most carriers kill them at 18,000 feet. I unfortunately just forgot. That's all. Alright, so that's it for this video. Next video is going to be a little bit about auto cruise, auto time compression, and the auto step climb options. So, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.